Last day of group stage. I know you guys are pumped about it. I'm pumped about it. Well, let's get back into Erangel for game number 2. Got another north-south plane. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have to deal with another military circle because those are rough. One thing we have been seeing throughout the first 2 days is that all of these teams are very, very capable fighters, no matter how many players are left in the team. We've seen some fantastic solo performances coming out of different players. We've seen a lot of good stuff. Unfortunately, right now we're seeing Flood 2K, AFK, and uh-oh, looks like he might have gotten dropped. He might have DC'd. Okay, hate to see that. This is an online tournament, guys, so these things do happen, unfortunately. As we see, BA next and GEX going to fall right on top of the same vehicle, but nobody going to be getting involved in any fighting just yet. Circle is popped, and oh no, I had to say something. I had to say it, chat. Why did I say it? Why did I say it? We're going back. We're going back to military. We're going back to military, and it's all my fault. I'm sorry, chat. Well, if nothing else, it looks like Flood 2K has reconnected. So Fury is going to have at least one man already on Military Island. You can see Archangel Predator is already dropped on Military. This one at least is centered up, so the entirety of Military is pretty much in play right now. But that's about where the good news ends. We hadn't seen any milli circles at all in our first 2 days, and now we get 2 in a row here on day 3. Oh well. What are you going to do? If you're Flood 2K, you're going to loot up by yourself because he was by himself. He's already used to being by himself in this part of the map. That's where he was playing for quite some time here in game number 1. Managed to get a nice little stack of kills for his squad despite playing as a solo. I think his teammate... no, it wasn't. Was it? It was Flood. Okay, it was Flood. Let's see the rest of the squad up in Yasnaya. They're looting up before making it over eventually. We'll have to see how Fury decides to go down there, if they decide to try to hop in vehicles and mess with any of the bridges, or if they decide to just go with the boats. If I'm Fury, I'm thinking I'm going with a boat. If I'm any of these teams, I'm thinking I'd prefer to go with a boat, because you've seen in game number 1 that the bridge camping is real. These guys are not afraid to hang out and camp these bridges early on. So boats, definitely probably the better, safer play. Maybe try to wrap around the southern part of the island. We'll have to see what they decide to do. GEX, meanwhile, doing a Gatka split. We saw them briefly run into BA next early on, but nothing really came of it. As there you go, Algin Bots already starting a little bit of a bridge camp here. You can see the Archangel Predator boys spread across the hillsides. Okay. Well, let's go back and take a look at BA Elites. See how they decide to come in here. Looks like they're going to go for the bridge, but they had a southern drop spot anyway, doing kind of a split around farm, so they know that they're most likely the first across here. 4 horsemen. They've got all 3 with them this time. Gems, fortunately, making into game for them. They had a pretty decent game in game number 1, despite getting picked apart and losing players. They still managed to collect a little handful of kills, handful of points. So that's the overall goal. If you have a rough early game, rough mid game, and you lose players, you drop down to maybe 1 or 2, you still want to be able to collect points. You never want to go out with 0. That is the last thing anybody wants. As we check in on Fury, looks like Luke 12 is going to head over to the beach just by Milta Power, look for those boats. And that is pretty much what we expected them to do after we saw the mess that can happen around the bridges. Mad Dog, he's going to spot out Gabru. I think that's Gabru off in the distance. Yes, it is. They're 4 deep in the boat. The shots are going, but you can see nothing hitting. They're landing just in the water, just past them. As Mad Dog doing a little scouting for the rest of the boys, letting them know Gabru is on the move. Got a few fights that might be shaping up here on the main island as people are trying to go for areas where they're expecting boats to be. GEX spotting out BA Elites. This is on the main island, still on the northwestern side. GEX in the hills just to the north of Ferry Pier. They're going to spot out BA Next, as BA Next, I believe, was trying to see if the bridge was being camped. CJ, he's going to be the next player from Archangel to take a few shots over towards Gabru. And unfortunately, you can see those shots just pinging off the water. Those ones actually might be hidden. But unfortunately for CJ, he's now down to 8 shots on that mini. So he does have actually, no, he's got an M16. He's only got 8 rounds, period. So CJ may want to do a little looting here because he's got no ammunition. Meanwhile, Flood. We remember Flood being back here. And look at him. He's going to be on the move in the UAS. The shots are going to come out from Mad Dog as he tries to do a little seat swap-a-rooney. And are they going to chase him? Archangel. Nope. I think they were wanting to see if maybe they could catch out Gabru in the water, and it looks like they might. As I believe, actually, no, Gabru was in 2 boats. So Archangel not letting Gabru breathe at all. They have literally followed them around the map in this boat. So they've still got 1 player off to the north, or in the hills, or near a compound, near the same compound that they played in game number 1. Algenbots is up there in the hills overlooking the compounds where they were. Not in the compound just yet. Badman, you can see BA Elites doing a little bit of a camp here on the eastern bridge. Nobody coming over just yet, but they do have Victim Rise just on the other side. Looking like they may be considering it. Looks like they're going to opt instead to head towards the center, but they need to be careful because Victim FTF, the sister team, right there. And you can see Cerberus taking shots over that direction as well. And big fights going on in the middle of the main island here, trying to find boats. The boats are being camped. Victim FTF set that up. They were waiting for somebody to push onto that boat. And Victim Rise took the bait, and now they are left swimming as Entry Fragger is going to find Kamal's. Man is going to send it over as well. Try to see if he can find anything. That's going to be another one going down. Jen Foss gets taken off. Entry Fragger has 2 to his name so far as he is landing those long-range shots. But now they need to be careful. AHQ, you can hear him in the background. Fighter pushing down onto that beach as well. So Victim FTF setting up a devious boat camp. And Boss is going to find Shabrit, and that's going to be Victim Rise taken out in 15th place. They're our first team gone at the hands of their sister team. One of those kills went somewhere else. I'm not sure who got it. It might have been Cerberus, because they've been shooting over this direction as well, but Victim FTF pulled the other three. As AHQ Fighter now pushing in. 7-9. He's going to start getting lit up here by Mad Dog, or Man rather. But it looks like he should be safe for now. New circle pops. We're going to go back to the western side of Military Island. Archangel Predator, they've got a 2-2 split in the compounds at the crossroads, pretty much where they played exactly in game number 1. VTF just kind of hanging out, waiting to see if they can maybe pick off some more people. This is a very clever boat camp. If you know where the boats are going to spawn, which you do in esports mode, there are esports spawns for every vehicle, boats included. And FTF, instead of camping a bridge, this time electing to do a camp around the boats. And Victim Rise, unfortunately for them, fell right into their trap as Ronin going to take a nice little spray at a passing Ferox. Fury did manage to get a boat. They wrapped all their way down to the southern part of the island. They have rejoined with Flood 2K, so they are back to 4 strong. They're going to be taking a few shots at Ronin as they make their pass here, but good positioning right now for Fury. They have pretty much the entire southeastern side of the circle to work with, but BA Elites, they're going to get come up on by Cerberus, and oh no, Loki's, the front man, gets immediately dropped. Nefro is going to trade it back as Red Dot gets taken low, but he is almost taken out as well. Cerberus, looks like they're trying to push it. Meanwhile, you can see Jay All Day and Badman trying to reposition, get a better angle on this fight. Cerberus going for the res. You can hear the grenades coming out, but they're not finding a spot just yet as they continue to bounce downhill. The res has come out for Cerberus. The push comes out from Bad Guy, and he's going to find Nefror as this has gone awry for BA Elites. They lose 2 very quickly. Now Jay All Day and Badman are committed to this fight, but they are only a duo as Jay All Day is going to spot out Basil at the tree. Meanwhile, Badman working from the low end. Jay All Day going to find Basil, but Badman's going to get spotted out, and now it's just Jay All Day as he is going to try to run away from the cliff here. He tries to throw the molly off to confirm the kill. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Red Dot going to go for the heal against... Nope, that's going to be it. Okay, Bad Guy's going to come around and spot Jay All Day, and Cerberus looking so strong here through 2 days. So we see our new circle has popped. We're going kind of to the north here. You can see where Archangel is in the sky, in the blue, royal blue, kind of spread out across military base. Divine, meanwhile, in the aquamarine, making their way in from the west. They have GEX uphill here. They're pushing into a literal uphill battle, but they have all 4 players, and I think they have caught GEX unaware, as it looks like Liatman repositioning the vehicle, looking over the top, seeing what he can see, but he doesn't spot any of the Divine gang. And he certainly doesn't spot Nikki, who's right up on top of him. Oh my goodness! He almost gets the run over as Shyway is actually going to return fire onto Nikki. He's going to get that down. Shyway is going to get pushed back behind the tree, though, so he can't flush out that kill just yet. Neither kill been flushed, as Blotman is just bleeding out right now. Shyway going to do this, make the smart play, throw the smokes down, then crawl a little bit back so he doesn't get grenaded here. Divine going for the res in the smoke as well. Leo will take a few shots, force GE. Oh my goodness, Leo is going to find Nam C, and that's going to be him down and dusted quickly as Divine now has lost 1. They're up to 3. Leo getting some sick shots there. But GEX, only 2 up here, Malye and Leo, and now Leo's been spotted. Malye has the high ground, Leo has the low, but I think Divine knows where both of them are. As Shyway is actually going to get taken out by Rain in the vehicle. I'm not sure what happened here, but BA next now pushing onto this. and they get a free flush onto a downed player, as Divine is going to turn their attention over towards BA next and hope. I guess they're going to hope that they don't get pushed by GEX here from behind. They've got one player in the back. BA next still has 3 or 4. They've got 3 committed to the fight. They're going to find the opening down with a grenade from Leo, or onto Leo rather. Leo's going to get flushed as well. Divine now down to 2, and they are fully pinched between BA next and GEX. Looks like he should survive. Levi's will survive a little bit longer, as BA next is going to go ahead and pull off of this as the new circle has popped. They're going to go ahead and try to get position. Looks like GEX pulled off as well of Nikki. So Nikki and Levi's and the Divine squad in general still alive to fight another day. MSC Tiraton in a fantastic position on the hills. I'll take a look at Cerberus. Already 5 kills to their name, and they've spotted out the Ferox boys. Nick 101 going to take a nice shot, going to force back Tycon. But Cerberus just hanging out here. They're inside circle. Ferox doesn't have to move just yet. But Ronin Fury coming in from the east. They have to make their way inside a circle, and they find the initial down and a flush onto Cerberus. So it looks like they're about to get pushed here. Meanwhile, Gabru, they've lost I'm a Ghostly Boy, but they will get the res here onto Deathroll. But GEX, look at how they're pushing this. So aggressive. Veds is going to have to pull off of the res, as they're going to come up over the top, and Leo going to get the down. Malye going to get the flush. They're going to get both of those kills. As Cerberus, we cut back to this fight, they are in trouble. Basil has gone down. They're down to just 2, as Fury came up on them when they were least expecting it. Maybe a little bit too tunnel visioned there onto Ferox, onto the apartments, and it ends up costing Cerberus, as they were not looking off to their east, and Fury comes up over the top. Meanwhile, Tiraton, they're lost 2 now. They had great position on the hillside, but they're getting pushed here. They're getting all they can handle from AHQ Fighter. Yoshiminburi and Rossetted, now the only 2 left up. And you can see Yoshiminburi just has nothing but a tree to hide behind here. He's going to spot out 1, trade some shots back and forth. Ooh, not going to be able to get the down. His Heike is going to be able to make it into smoke, Hibiki, rather. Oh, but 7-9 is going to find Yoshiminburi, and now it's just down to Rossetted, and they know exactly where he is. He keeps repeaking this same rock. You can only get away with that for so long. Down to 18 HP. No downs onto AHQ at all here, but that's going to be the first one. Savior actually coming up over the top and saving Rossetted, essentially, as Rossetted's going to steal that kill, and Savior going to find Jankyu as well. Get that flush. So AHQ now in trouble as BA next come in with the third party. Rossetted still alive. Yoshiminburi has not yet bled out either. I'm fairly certain he's not going to get res, but Tiraton definitely in a little bit of trouble. Oh, Rossetted finds 7-9, so things have flipped really quickly onto AHQ. 7-9 going to get flushed out by M0, though, so that kill will go over to BA next, as they're sitting up to 5 now. But AHQ and Tiraton now down to just 1 player apiece, as Savior is also going to flush out Yoshiminburi. So BA next coming up over the top and essentially getting a nice couple of kills for free here, as Esquilisa actually going to find the long-range shot onto Rain. They should be able to get that res, though. The smoke cloud comes in. Myth still off in the distance. But BA next just been working the hillside on foot, coming up over the top at the right time. And their timing has been impeccable. Meanwhile, Made in Thailand on the north central side of this circle. You can see 0 kills so far, but they have great position for the late game here. Duckman's coming up over the top, see if he can maybe spot out any of the BA Next boys. Looks like he's not going to, but he's also not going to spot out Rosseted, who is still alive here for MSC Teraton, just hiding between the two four-man squads that are shooting over the top of his head. We also have Bad Guy from Cerberus still alive, just to his south. So solo players, once again, in a position to cause some trouble. M0 is going to find out Duckman's. Can he get the flush on it from range, though? Doesn't look like it. Myth looks like they're going to drop the smokes. Oh, Rosseted does finally eventually get spotted out by Savior. As Savior comes in from the flank here, Myth need to be careful. Savior's making a nice little run. As we check in on Fury, they have the compound on the very eastern side of the circle. 4 strong. They've got Ferox. After Cerberus was pushed away by Fury, Ferox was able to leave the apartments in military, make their way up on the hill, but not without cost. They are down to 3. But it looks like they may still want a piece of Fury here. The shots are coming in from Nikos. Not going to find anything. They can afford to just keep peeking this over and over again. They don't have to overcommit. There's no pressure on them from the south. There's pretty much nobody around them with the exception of Fury. And Fury is pinned inside their compound right now. New circle pops. And we're going to go a little bit more to the north. Made in Thailand, once again, gets a little bit of circle favor here. BA Next still pushing, though. Fury staying inside their compound for now. But if they decide to wrap north, Made in Thailand might end up in a little bit of trouble here as they would get pinched. A couple of teams off to the south still have to make their way in. As Archangel Predator still alive. They've got 3 up. You can see them coming in from the very southern part of the map. Meanwhile, QC 4 Horsemen still have 4 up. They're going to be coming in from the west. The only one that's really fighting right now are these 2 gangs, Made in Thailand and BA Next. As we see Duckman's just lying prone for right now. I think he's listening for footsteps maybe to see if BA Next wants to overcommit and push it too hard, but BA Next not taking the bait. Well, let's see, Ferox still holding Fury at bay, and it looks like what we were expecting to happen might actually happen. Ferox may force Fury to play around to the north side, and that's a good grenade as, oh my gosh, QC4 Horsemen tried to come up on the backside of BAX, and they get absolutely roasted. Duckman's going to help. Myth is going to help a little bit here as well, as they're going to end up coming in, and yeah, I mean, QC4 Horsemen came around the backside of BA Next as soon as Myth was pushing into it. Myth ends up getting 3 kills off of that, and oh my goodness, Battle Arena Next just fell apart immediately. Unfortunate timing there for them as they got sandwiched, and I don't think they were expecting it at all. They were not looking for a four-man, 4-horseman team to push right up on their backside. Meanwhile, Victim FTF, 5 kills. Once again, still have 2 up late here. So they're having a pretty decent Erangel game. Bad Guy gets spotted out by Mon. That's going to be another kill going in their pocket, but now they're going to get spotted out over the top as Archangel Predator is going to be moving in. They managed to get those 2 kills. They're going to try to turn it back here onto Myth. They get 1 down onto Hanboya, and here comes a nice little wrap on the south side from Archangel Predator. They get the oh, Fury actually steals that one away. Killa's going to go down, but Mad Dog CJ still trying to make their way in. They've got 6 kills. We said we were looking for Archangel Predator. This is a team that has qualified for PGS. We wanted to see them come with a little bit more to show than they did in day number 1. And it looks like so far today, at least, 2 military circles notwithstanding, they're showing a little bit more signs of life here. Fury, meanwhile, coming up over the top, still have 4 up. They've got 5 kills, and they are kind of working this high ground here. Is Esquilisa going to come through, but he's not going to spot out Mad Dog in time. As Tong K, now the last player up, he's going to try to see if he can maybe spot out Mad Dog. Oh, he sees him on the jump, but Mad Dog spots him as well. Tong K just going to pull off of this. Try to survive for a little bit longer, maybe. Last player up for Myth. As Esquilisa is going to finish off CJ. It's just Mad Dog and Tong K here. As looks like Fury is going to finish off Ferox. So now we're down to just 3 teams. It's the full 4-man squad of Fury and the 2 solos. Tong K from Myth and Mad Dog from Archangel Predator. I actually have to double check here to make sure that Fury is still 4 strong. I'm only seeing 3 on my screen. And I believe that might be the only 3. So if they split out too wide, if these solos maybe get vision onto Fury first, they might be able to cause some damage. You can see Ronan going without a helmet. Tong K gets taken low, but not out. As, yeah, Fury down to 3 as Juxie has been taken out. Looks like Luke going to be looking on the down slope, see if he can maybe spot out Mad Dog. Ronan going to provide him some support over the top. He's expecting Tong K to be at the rock, but he's not there. Sneaky play from Tong K, and he's going to get the down onto Ronan. Luke does spot out Mad Dog, though. Tong K going to flush out that kill, make sure the point goes over to Myth. Now he's in a 1v2. Flood working the rock. He spots him out. Shots are coming through. He's going to land 1 onto Tong K. As he's holding this angle hard here. I think he's got an idea of where both players are, and that's bad news for Fury. You would like to be able to have a player where he doesn't know where he is, obviously. But looks like instead they're going to reposition. And that is a good reposition as Flood, our solo player from early on in the game,